Alright, what's up, guys? Beating Andy again, I see. Thief and JoJo. And JoJo with the 10 watch streak. Love to see it, bro. I just woke up from a nap. I don't know why I was so tired today, but yeah, screwed myself for sleep tonight so I could feel a little rested for stream. Let's see how it goes. Long way from the top. Still got time, but it is starting to enter crunch time. I might have to start playing off stream if this doesn't go too well. How's everybody doing today? We got Twinkie down in Roblo. Alright. How many Mythic 3s do we have now? 43 already? We're definitely getting 50 plus for end of season then. Holy. Hey, Chronic. Nice to see you. What do you guys think the cutoff is going to be for like top 50? It's definitely going to be above 4K. I don't know how much though. Besides Sleepy, pretty good, Chronic. How about you? Hey, Envoy, nice to see you. You wouldn't be surprised to see top 50 at 4150 to 4200. Maybe. I could see that, Thief. Finishing your Dreamscape before heading to bed? Yeah, I haven't actually done that yet because I took a nap instead of doing Dreamscape or Blackjack. I'll have to remember to do that before I go to bed as well. Last season ended up about 40-30. It took like plus 100 in the last day. No, that doesn't sound right. I think I got like the 18th border or something, or 12th. Which one was it last season? And I was pretty close to 4K. I'll double check after this though. Okay. Wasn't really paying attention. Let's just ban the XL. So I said last stream that I kind of want to try the low on first pick over Ray or Fia in a situation where Juan and Kethos are banned. So let's give that a try. All right, we see the Ray and the Fia answer. No surprise. That was the season before you just double checked. Yeah, that sounds correct, Thief, because that was before the hard reset, right? Where everyone got sent back to plat. Last season, it would have been a lot lower. Okay, what is my last pick gonna be? We'll take the Aaron away, because Aaron's pretty good in a Rahu. Just don't let the man play the game. But Doomsucker Juan is beating your ass in Etheria. You don't know what type of milk he's feeding her. Probably the good stuff, Envoy. Hallen. Is that very good into the buff stealer known as Aaron? I personally don't think so. But maybe he knows something I don't. Is Fia more scary than Raymary in this situation? Because I have no healing. I feel like Raymary is still a little more scary than a Rahu that won't move. Palin pick is rarer than a Soul nowadays. Very true, Thief. You went down from 3880 to 3480. That's rough, Ghosty. I hope you can make that back, bro. Okay, my Santic is starting off as not a fraud and actually hits everything. Very important. You're 3690 right now? Okay. Malone went from 4,300 to 3,500. Yep, that is true, Relic. I saw some of that. That looked pretty rough. Okay, Operation Don't Let Rahu Move begins. Hey, Lily, good to see you. So I guess he's just Strive checking right there by swapping targets. Unfortunately for him, both of those are on Strive, so he's just going to push me like crazy with this Rahu no matter what. You need to stop inting saving your tickets for LDs and just buy the high prior RBGs for 5K. Oh, for the dupe exchange? Yeah, that might not be a bad idea, Ghosty. Oof, big damage. Luckily, Kakardi will heal up some with the Santic passive. I'm very surprised he didn't HP buff the Fia, though. Those brambles are putting in work. So, wait, if I steal threat, can't he hit cock normally? I actually don't really care if he does that. Or I can't steal threat. I also apparently can't steal the rest of the buffs. I forgot threat had a can't be stolen thing on it. Also, the threat resistance is helping the Rahu pretty heavily here against the Aaron. Huh, I might lose this one. Oof. Alright, let's see if we can steal from the Sonya instead. Not bad. Alright, Kakardi, it's time to show off some big damage, please. Or I'm going to lose to a Paladin. Oh, I'm going to lose to a Paladin, aren't I? I don't think it's because of the Paladin, but I am going to lose to it. He knows something we don't for sure. It certainly feels that way. Now, I am slowly making it back to my Valyrian skills. Will it be in time, though? I don't think so. The Fia is going to move before my Valyrian. Especially if it resists like that. Yeah, I'm going to lose. Oh, boy. Okay, that's crazy work. Unfortunately, he cut anyway, so I'm dead, but reviving the Rahu was actually very risky, because if my Kakardi survives here, I could win the game. But we're starting off with a loss. I'm not so sure how much it had to do with Palin, but she was certainly present. I think it had a little more to do with the Fia, which I guess I needed to ban over the Raymary. Bit unfortunate there. If I had swapped bans, I'd probably win the game. But yeah, a bit rough to start. At least it was only a 24. Oh, we've got Clem. Okay, the zombie cleaver himself. I mean, that's probably just the best Clem ban, right? As the Mr. Beonton lover himself. Okay, so he is taking the Freya, going for a fast game. And then a Mio, so... I think I just go with Plume and... I guess the XL, right? He goes for the Senyu. Now, if I ban the Mio, is anything else fast enough to connect with this Freya? I don't really think so. So let's go ahead and ban. Maybe the Senyu's fast enough, but it will proc Strive without CCing me on my turn dot, so I think it's okay. Hey, Bach, nice to see you. Okay, so it did pass me, but because I'm relatively fast on these units, I should be able to survive the first hit. Yeah, we're good. So obviously we don't want the Raymary playing the game. Is this gonna kill my Sontic, though? Yes. Okay, that's bad. If my Sontic lived there, then the Raymary would not pop, and I'd probably win the game. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Please don't resist. All right, we're good. Should be fine. Kethos is him. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I guess I should just kill off the Freya. I'm ready, he says. Alright, not bad. I was a little worried when the Sontic went down to the S3 from Fia for the Ray proc, but because she's pushed to the back of the line, it ended up not mattering. Also, the empowered defense buff from Turn Dot, obviously doing a lot of work there. Man, I can't seem to get away from this plus 100. I've noticed this last week, actually, where I was just sitting at 100 wins more than I was 100 losses, and I pretty consistently sat there for a bit, which is not ideal. Do we go for the same 2-3 here? Yeah, why not? Let's see if he has a different answer. He takes the plume this time because he doesn't want to have to ban it. That makes sense. Hey, Banshira, thanks for the well wishes. I hope it's a good one. Okay, we're back to the Senyu again. So I did find out the Senyu does connect. Does that change what I want to do here, however? Not really. I think it's still a plume ban. I take away and face these three again. No surprise he goes for a Kethos ban this time. All right, let's see it. This time we're going to use the Aaron to send the Ray Mary flying away. And it got resisted. That's not good. So we know from experience that Sontic's going to die to the Fia S3 here and proc the Ray Mary. But this time, because I failed the turn meter steal on the Ray Mary, I'm probably in trouble. Oh, the Sontic lived this time. Hold on. Now he's in a bit of a pickle because he has to decide whether or not to execute something or push S3. Personally, I would just S3 as him, I think, because he should be able to pick up a kill with the Senyu after. Yeah, that makes sense. He can just pick up a kill with the Senyu after on the Sontic, and it'll push S3 again with the vulnerability on people. That definitely makes sense in my mind. I don't agree with S3ing here, though. He may forgot or not know that my turn dot's on Strive. Did not matter. I'm using 2 HP, yes, Ghosty. Alright, this one's over. I need something else on the 4-5 here, I think, if he takes the plume away. If he takes the plume away, I should probably just be taking the Hoyan. Hoyan +1. Okay, this name seems kind of familiar. Is this a cleaver? I think this is a cleaver, right? Either way, I'll take the Kethos off the table. Yeah, this is Jackal Raymary, so this is definitely the cleaver guy. It's the XL plus Sontic faster than Freya guy? Ah, this is the one, Thief. Good to know. Okay, what am I doing in response to this then? This is a very defensive comp. I'm not sure I'm liking it so far, but maybe it'll work out for me. Rev RC, okay. Very interesting. Not a very common pick. Well, if I've gone this defensive already, I should probably just keep up the full defensive drafting, right? Nah, let's just go for a turn dot to try to cut him. So do I ban XL or do I ban Raymary here? I think XL is actually harder to deal with because I'm expecting him to ban Plume or Turn Dot. So we'll get the XL out of here and see how it feels. His Ray is also speed tuned. That's good to know, Thief. He banned the Fia. Interesting. Ooh, and I didn't get weakness on the Raymary. That's not ideal. How fast is my turn dot? 366 right now, Ghosty. Slightly slower than my fastest possible one. Ooh, the Raymary cuts. That's not ideal. Well, let's just hope that HP buff Jiank can do his job, right? Is this the guy with the very fast Xuan Li? Yes, it is. Actually, the Sonya not dying that was really bad for me because it let the S2 come back from the Raymary. I do have Gator, though. I need to bramble a little bit if I want to win, however. That's a good start. Please bramble this. Unfortunately, I'm just getting pushed back infinitely by these 3 units. I'm really just hoping for some brambles here, and I'm not going to get them if I'm stunned. Well, that might be game. Alright, I am apparently not Bach, and I can't bramble my way to victory. Pre-ban Freya? I could pre-ban the Freya. RC was quite interesting in this, even though I still would believe Yelly would have done more. Yeah, I think Yelly would have done more too, but this is where we are, you know? Having a stun late game for Junk did do a lot. Absolutely, Thief. Now, does this guy have Bulwark on everything? He probably does, right? Because of Freya? I don't know what I'm locking here. Yeah, he does have Bulwark on everything. That makes sense. Why'd I S1 the Sun you instead of the S3 on Ray? Yeah, I don't think it would have killed Ghosty. Junk doesn't usually kill high HP targets by himself. He just puts them into death range for other units, right? That's normally what happens. The Senyu might have died from the AoE, yes, maybe, but it would have procced the, Oh yeah, I was actually thinking Fushu Relic, because he has no strip. And he's never going to kill me through Fushu heals with no strip and just some AoE CC, right? Anyway, yeah, I was kind of worried about, no, my Aya is pretty slow, Relic. I'm on the Bloodbath build still. If I was on fast Aya, it would be good here. But I am not. Anyway, if I killed the Senyu there with AoE, yeah, it would have been good. I'm not sure it would have, though. That's kind of my problem, right? Like I said, I don't know if it actually would have killed or not. Okay, so Senyu's definitely dead. Can I win this with Ray, Mary, Plume, and Fushu? I am very far pushed on my Ray Mary skills, but I'm also full HP. You couldn't if you had a fraud Amber Ray, but Gator Ray might be able to? Yeah, maybe, Thief. It is definitely true the Wellspring here has a lot higher value than Bloodbath ever would. Alright, now we're just slowly stacking towards, Ray Mary ult. Doesn't look like I'm getting to move with her anytime soon, though. And we are now out of Fushu ult, which is a bit worrisome. Okay. Who do I think squishiest? Definitely this. Yep, there it goes. But yeah, Relic, the reason for Fushu there, right, is obviously like Aya, she heals outside of her own turn. But unlike my Aya, this Fushu is harder to deal with the no bulwark. Or with the no strip, sorry. All these efforts to be ended by a single Ray S1. Very true, Thief. Okay, we're against Twinkie. How do we want to play against Twinkie? Is my Fushu with healing increase on Shell Passive too? Yes, it is, Ghosty. I can show you the build if you like. I don't click her much. Where is she again? She's down here. Oh, wait. This. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, instead of Insight, I'd be better served with, like, Dauntless or something at this point in the game. But that's just what she had, obviously, from before. Okay, so we see the Loan and the Turn Dot come out, okay? Along with the Kathos. I don't think Sonya locking is very good in the current meta, but we'll try Sonya Junk here. Because I've mentioned this before, but I think Gator against Cleave is only really effective when you lock in multiple of them. Alright, so he takes the XL last and the Vet along with the low on. So he is pretty good in a longer game. Um... What just happened with the Zhuan at 5? So, last time I talked to Bach, he told me he was dropping his XL prio and trying to play against it. So I'm going to be trying that a bit tonight, Relic, which is why you don't see me picking Zhuan too early in these drafts. Alright, so we have double Gator plus Sonya and Fia Melia. Not a bad place to be. But I do immediately get S2'd on the Fia for my Bulwark, which makes sense. Goes into the Ray Mary, interestingly enough. Okay. XL's so hard to play Bramblers into? Yeah, that's true, Thief. That is true. The shield is insane. Yep, for sure. So, obviously, it's not looking too good so far. Maybe it needed to be an XL ban. Honestly, it's probably just not give up both, though. I think giving up both is pretty difficult to deal with. I don't think I'm gonna like playing like that. I've already lost too much at this point in time before getting to move, so there's definitely no way I win. Yeah, I don't think I'll be giving up both XL and Kethos again. Didn't feel very good. That being said, with some crazy Gionk RNG, I could still win this. It's not very likely, but you never know. Ooh, that killed her. Shoot, if she had survived that, maybe I had a chance. I don't think I have too much of one now, though, unfortunately. Unless I'm just brambling everything, but that doesn't seem very likely. Not off to a strong start. I need to bramble this and kill it, proc the gator. Nope, I just die. Okay. Yeah, so that wasn't very good. You're back to Alicorn Field, lost so much first picking her today? Yeah, fair enough, Ghosty. Actually, guys, I need 5 minutes real quick, so I will be right back. Yeah, just give me a sec. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Sometimes after you just wake up, nature calls randomly. Um. Anyway, yeah. So back to what I was saying originally. I don't think I'm gonna give up Kethos plus XL in drafts again. It doesn't feel very good, and just taking the other picks. Admittedly, my draft could have also been an issue, right? Like I said, Sonya lock into this sort of thing does not feel fantastic. But here we are. So you like the CN people that are playing Codex Fia? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good if you're playing aggressive only Ghosty. If you're not, however, it's not the greatest pick. All right, so far we've gone down 40 points. Not a good start to the stream. But we are figuring some things out about the draft. I do need to figure out, in cases where Val is banned and Turandot is locked, do I want to play Freya myself? I think that's part of my issue right now, is I'm not playing the Freya. That being said, part of it was because my 1-2 was Fia Ray, which are not going to connect to my Freya, right? So if I only draft two things that can connect to my Freya reasonably, it may not be enough to win the game. At least we saw RC, bit of a rare day. True Thief, true. I mean, I guess it says something that the only RC we've seen since all four Awakens became available for us 2 days ago has been Rev. I was thinking about playing Rev RC myself, but I have not yet. Yeah, we got the Pepsi envoy. Pepe Cola. We see a Plume unlock. Okay, pretty interesting. And then a Navette, sure. Um, both XL and low on are pretty quick, so Turandot's good here. Hey, Brian, nice to see you. And we see the Senu locked in, okay? So I do have two defense scalers with a Fia on the table, but I could also just get rid of the Navette, right? I think if I just get rid of the Navette, I'm okay here with the Valyrian unlock. Senu before Plume, that's interesting. Specifically for this situation. It looks fine unless Lawn gets resisted. Yep, Thief, exactly. Let's try to steal the Bulwark to see if that helps. Okay, so now we're in a pretty good spot. Ooh, we got a time weed proc already. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can just push the Raymary back, because obviously we don't want Raymary moving. Okay, not huge damage there. The Valyrian is starting to take some hits, though. Alright, let's kill off the Senyu now before she gets to, ult again. Alright, not bad. Yeah, the Nivette not being on lock makes that a bit tough to pull off against Valyrian. It did look a little scary for a second with the Valyrian's HP dropping, but it worked out. Alright, this is super fast XL guy again. So I'm a lot more comfortable with the Freya lock this time compared to facing Twinkie, because obviously I am playing units that can actually connect to the Freya reasonably. Hoyan. So if he bans Kethos and is left with just Hoyan, then I probably lose if I get crit by it. So I think I do have to ban that. Right? Yeah, I think so. Can I do this into Plume, though? Nah, there's no way I connect. Yeah, this was kind of bad, unfortunately. I needed something tankier than the Senyu who could deal with the Ray in a one-on-one. I needed like a Jionk or something. The Senyu was way too greedy. And I'm just gonna get cut, unfortunately. What I could actually do is next time I'm first pick against this guy, I just ban the Plume. But yeah, I needed a completely different pick here. Yeah, let's just move on. That was pretty grief. Yeah, if I'm ever first pick against this guy again, I can just ban the Plume, and then this situation looks a lot better for me. But because I left it up and let him lock it, it put me in this awkward position. Also, the Senyu wasn't very good, forcing me to ban the Hoyan. Definitely not. I need another pick for this situation for sure. Born actually may not have been bad. Born may have actually cooked there. This doesn't look like deadlock. I wonder why that might be. All right, let's see what Spicy has in store for us. Valyrian Fia. Okay. Moon Bunny on both is very interesting. The Moon Bunny does help with the low on counter. He still goes into turn dot from this spot. That seems really risky. Okay, Rahu makes more sense. Then we've got the Raymary, sure. Hey, Goshi, nice to see you. How's it going today? What if I go Plume and ban the Fia? There's no Santic for him to last pick. So I think the Plume's actually not bad here. Into the Rahu. Then Aaron's probably not bad. Valerian time? Maybe if he didn't first pick it, Goshi. Yeah, I think if I just ban the Fia, I'm okay here. Let's see it. Plume debuffs will make this Rahu absolutely useless. And I should be able to prevent 2 units from playing with Loan and Aaron, hopefully. I actually think pulling Aaron around is good here. So let's do the first S3 onto Aaron. And he wants to execute Aaron. Okay. Actually, he's going to be able to. Unless Sonya cuts with Gigabyte here. Or he dies to this. Sonya does cut, very importantly. Alright, she was taunted, so it wasn't going to execute anyway. We're safe. That was scary. I actually don't want to pop her ult right here. No, man, stop brambling me. Oh my. Huh. Yeah, this is looking kind of bad for me. My Aaron is hanging on by a thread here. This is very good timing on popping the Valerian, though, because if she S2s, I'm just going to S3 it. But yeah, there goes Aaron. I think I have to give up on Aaron, unfortunately. I'm way too far behind to be splitting my heals with Sonya, who doesn't heal that well when there's too many targets. And these brambles are going crazy. This raised bramble rate has been insane. Oh, man. I might lose because of this. This doesn't feel good to just get brambled to death when my brambles failed me so much earlier. That being said, Loan probably cleans up from this spot, right? Do I just S3 the Loan? Her dying is the only way I lose this. Yeah, why not some Tatu Britty? I've had some really old music on here. I know you're an old fellow yourself, but shouldn't be surprised that some of younger guys like me listen to some old stuff occasionally too, you know? Dope playlist, thanks, Kendall. Sorry, Brit, it's just habit at this point. You know how it goes. Pushing 40, but Jojo, let's not get crazy here, okay? Somebody banned. I hate to break it to you, but this is my stream. No one's banning me here. You're 39, Goshi? Okay. Wait, Bach, hold on. Hold on, Bach. I see a problem with what you just said. No problem. So Bach is the only streamer that is my senior, actually, guys. Just in case you were wondering. No problems indeed, Jojo. All right, a bit scary there for a second, but I'm kind of happy with that draft. Yeah, having no second dispeller for the plume just made it very hard for him to play the game. Please share my low on? Sure. And the playlist? Can do. So, yeah, almost owned by Bramble Goshi. You're right. It did make me a little concerned there for a bit. Also, Small Dread, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I should probably swap this to defense at this point. This used to be really nice to have on HP because it would survive Lilums and it would take an extra Fiamelia S3. But in the current meta, that's not as common situations anymore because the Fia is usually S3'd by Loan and Lilum doesn't really exist in a meaningful manner. Why is she so slow? Because Envoy, all my good DPS pieces went onto the XL, right? Like she stole all the good pieces that I would have otherwise used on Loan. Like you see how this thing's 307 speed with 8 swift and 122 base? That's why. You're quite young if Bach is your elder? Yeah, true, Batsa, true. I'm 31 years young. Bach's kind of ancient. Now he's catching strays from JoJo. My mod, he says. Yep, your mod's throwing strays at you. 30s teens on the ER block, true. Bro's got his priority. That he does. He's just mad I beat him with Assault. Yeah, he didn't like it when I did that too, Bach. I don't know why. Assault's so wholesome, right? This Rob guy casually flashing his 40 speed above mine XL. Something like that, Thief. I was already smoking when you were born, and before I was speaking French, Batsa. Okay, so we're in another situation where Plume would be really good if I didn't need to draft another DPS, but I do. So I don't really want to give him both follow-up units, right? That's a lot of damage. Mods ban the person who said Bach is ancient. I guess Envoy's on the older side as well. Nothing wrong with that, Envoy. Welcome to the club. I think I do have to ban the XL even though it's on Amber, right? The consistent follow-ups and time weave with Sontic just sound too scary. Now, I am going to get all my skills pushed by this Sontic, right? Unless it's a fraud like mine was against Martin yesterday. That would be nice. It missed the Aaron, actually. That's pretty important. Envoy, you're 20, you're not a fossil. Okay, you didn't have to say fossil, you know? It's not like hitting 30 automatically makes you a fossil or something, right, guys? Surely? Alright, so once again, we have focus on Aaron, it looks like. People really like trying to kill off this Aaron unit. I didn't know numbers went that high. Well, you learn something new every day, Jojo. Okay, now is Sontic my best target or is Raymary? Sontic is coming back up on his skill 2 again. And it is how I pop Valyrian the fastest. So I think I go into the Sontic. If Rob's a fossil, what am I, charcoal or oil? Ah, come on, Batsa. You're not that old, surely. Alright, this is a scary turn for me. Because Raymary can now execute Aaron. That being said, it does turn this into a 3-on-3. And I'm fairly confident I can win from this spot. Let's go ahead and make sure the Rahu doesn't get to ult this game. Alright, not bad. Aaron into Rahu is so wholesome, bro. Never got to move. Yeah, that's one of the downsides to the, 180 speed Rahu Thief, for sure. Aaron just prevents him from playing the game. Ooh, wait, I needed that Kakarda unit. Oh, I just lost the game. What? Bro, get these Brambles chill. Alright, Sonya, you need to do the Lord's work. I have a no-stack Kakardi to help you out. Please don't stun me. Holy, please don't sleep me. They both have CC on S1s. I'm screwed. Oh, wait, why did he S3? Okay, wait, we're good? We're good? Crash out worthy? I don't think it's quite there, Envoy. But I almost lost. Alright. That was a very scary one, guys. Oh, and we're against the 2 guy again. So I'm going second this time, so I don't need to do the plume ban I was talking about. I don't think the Freya on 1-2 is worth it, so I'm not going to do it this time. Now, was his Ray fast enough to connect to Freya if I go Turandot? Huh, I don't remember. Let's just lock the low on for now and go the Turandot, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, he just needed to S1 there, Bonta, and I would have been in a lot of trouble. The Ray was slower than Plume, faster than Sonya. Okay, Thief, thank you. I don't think Tiamat's very good here. Let's just do Gionk. Now. I really don't like the look of my draft against his, guys. Can I try a Freya XL comp if the future draft will allow it? I can try Riggers, but my XL is not very fast compared to a lot of these. I don't know what's correct to ban here, unfortunately. So I'm surprised he left me up with. Oh yeah, his Sontic was faster than his Turandot. I forgot you guys said that. Oh, that's not good for me. That's not good for me at all. I completely forgot his Sontic was ahead of Freya. I automatically assumed it was Freya first. Yeah, that's not good for me whatsoever. Yeah, the absolute demon Sontic guy. I completely forgot about it, and now I'm gonna lose because of it. Shoot. Yeah, I'm 100% lost. There's no point in continuing this. Oh, wait. I lived a little better than I expected. Maybe playable. Bro comes out with some wild techs every time. Maybe Thief. Alright, I need my skills. I didn't crit. I missed crit! I missed the crit! No! I needed that crit so badly! Oh no! If I had crit and killed the Sontic, I would have been completely fine. How is my turn dot so slow? Good question, Havendale. Now, can I win this with just Fia? I need some nasty time weave procs if I want to. Let's hope I get one here. Okay, that's a really good start. Disgusting time weave abuser. Look, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. It is, in the current build riggers, it's a bit slower because I slowed it for tank stats and strive. It is about, 366 like this. I had to think about it for a second. Alright, we take those. The double time weave proc saving the day. Or wait, did he hit? No, I had bulwark, so that's why the first one didn't hit. But the time weave proc on that turn right there saved the day. These Fia users always hold on to the very end because if you have Fia Melia, you can still win Havendale. This unit does it all. I do wonder how fast that Sontic is. Fia says bye-bye to non-HP scaling units. Exactly, Monofe. Exactly. She just deletes half the existing roster by herself. Very fair and balanced unit, right? Okay, we're going second. Let's just do the Sontic ban, I guess. It's a Freya banner, okay. Valyrian first pick. Very interesting. The Messiah player. Okay. So what is the correct answer into the Messiah player? This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I know I do it every time. It's the reason I'm in my Fia, a raid boss on Fort Wellspring and Bloodbath. Can I show my Fia passives? Sure, Chronic. Okay, so is he going with the Beontin last pick, or is he trying something else? Whatever his last pick is probably just getting banned. Yeah, I don't really care that it's the Aaron. I'm probably just going to ban the Aaron. No problem, Chronic. Happy to help. Yeah, I'm just banning last and picking this. Just wanted to check that last one? Yeah, no problem. I am always happy to share my builds with people. Okay, so surely this Messiah does not single pump through Salint's shield and kill Zhuan Li, right? Now, does he just S2 the Zhuan Li? He does. Okay, I was thinking about he might do that. I do still keep a Jade Sigil, though, so I should live, right? Surely this Messiah is not that Giga? Ooh, I didn't live by much, but I certainly did live. Very important. Okay. Sonya wins these anyways? Yeah, true, Jojo. I'm a Survivor is a nice song against Messiah. Very true, Ghosty. So he's probably going to push the Zhuan Li back again, right? Yeah. All right, just miss a crit for me, will you? Well, that should end the game right there because I finally get to use her skill. I'm a survivor indeed. This song ended as the game did. That's pretty cinema. Nice scripted stream. Yeah, that's exactly what just happened, Jojo. Okay, so we've got the two guy again. Hmm. Uh, I kind of think the Fia is my best bet again. Yeah, the two guy indeed, Malone. We've got a Born and a Senyu. Okay. I've never let this guy have Kethos. Actually, I don't know what he does here. He probably just S3s into S3s into S2s, Jojo, if I had to guess. Tia could work, but I think Jionk's better here, Ghosty. I couldn't have guessed that. Well, Jojo, you asked, you know. Man, this guy sure is a speed demon. Unfortunately, he's just not hitting hard enough with this comp. Actually, he did hit hard enough, didn't he? If he double S3s here, I die. Ooh, he gets the stun. I killed off the Ray, though. All good. His Jackal Ray is so fraud? Yeah, I don't know. It definitely doesn't hit that hard, but the cycling is definitely strong, right, Jojo? Yeah, exactly. Cycling like crazy is the whole point of the Jackal. It just wants to spam out those ults and then eventually take you down. Also, maybe I should have picked a bit more of a hype Godsmack song for my playlist. Voodoo's kind of low energy, huh? You assume it's Bulwark Wellspring? No, it has to be Swift Bulwark, right, Jojo? It's pretty quick. I don't think it's possible to have that speed and crit stats without Swift. There's a reason people forgo speed roll for DPS on Ray gear. I agree, Riggers, but some people like it. He's not that fast. Maybe Jojo. Okay, he says, I'm tired of you locking in the plume. I want it. Fair enough. He also doesn't want me to have the Jionk. Again, fair enough. And the Born's coming back out. Interesting. Not the last pick I was expecting. I was expecting the Senyu again. I guess the Senyu would make him incredibly weak to Hoyan, though, and he's not willing to do that. He wishes he had the best Ray in EU. Very true, Jojo. Hey, Edgar. Nice to see you. How we doing today? Why did I not take Sonya instead of Red Chiaki? I'm not really sure, but here we are. Alright, surely either the Chiaki or the Aya cuts here, right? No, it does not. Neither of them do. But that being said, I did not take that much damage from the plume. Let's see how much the Born does with no attack buff. Not super impressive. Okay. Well, I think I've won now that I've survived the initial onslaught. Goes for the XL. Gets saved by the origami dolls. Yeah, I guess with banning either XL or Santic and then picking the other one away, this guy has a lot of trouble. And I mean, Red Chiaki did do her job there, right? She put up the origami to keep the XL alive, which saved her from the follow-up attack and Jackal proc from the Junk. So not a bad pick. Sonya would have been safer though. Farming the poor guy. Well, Prey, I am kind of struggling this season, so I need all the wins I can get. You have problems with both first or second in this meta? Yeah, it's definitely hard to figure out, Edgar. It feels like first or second, your priority pick should change so much depending on the quality of the gear of the opponent's units, not your own, right? Which is obviously so hard to know ahead of time. XL priority over Kethos priority. Very interesting. You're down 200 points today. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you get them back before end of season. Do you have a specific rank goal in mind? I'm not sure why this guy's taking so long to think. Maybe he's like, oh shoot, I didn't realize Kethos was still up. Top 200? Well, hopefully you make the points back and make your goal, bro. I believe in you. Ray on lock. I think we're back to Aaron Gaming. Joining the boat. 400 points down today. But Ghosty, you went back up 200, didn't you? So you're also 200 down on the day? We see a Lily. That's not a very common pick. Does that mean we're getting an Assault last pick? That would be very rare. Is he Dark Lotus? Yes, he is, Edgar. So right now, an event is a little scary. Well, let's see it. You lost against him like 3 times today? That's rough. Yeah, but you still were 400 points straight down. It hurts you winning it 2 times to finally have Aaron built. That's fair. Aaron makes life a lot easier, Ghosty, I think. All right, so he's twin tricking the Navette. So he's going to go for the double S3, I guess, using the Lily. Unfortunately for him, his Ray is slower than his Valyrian, so his Ray is the one going to get skipped here. Have I made a tier list since Aaron released? I have not, Riggers. Would you like me to? Unfortunately, I think that puts a pretty big hole in his strategy here. No, I'd like Loan to move. So he did get my cooldowns. Unfortunately for him, I don't think it matters at this point. Fushu, a wise choice? Yeah, it's pretty good in these games where people try to slowly kill me with Navette, right? Because the Navettes never have any way to break the Fushu. Ray Mary, I'm not going to let you take a turn, sorry. Because for some reason I was given Kethos in this game. Yeah, the Lily Navette is very interesting and not something you see often. I was actually really expecting an Assault last pick here. Because I think Assault last pick actually could have cooked pretty hard. Lily, Assault, Valyrian, you would rotate so quick. You would stack up the Assault incredibly quickly, and it would be a huge threat to a relatively slow comp like mine if you just ban the Kethos. But we see the Navette instead. The shiny supernova makes her broken. True, Thief. True. Yeah, I got that from one of the random boxes. I was actually kind of happy because who wants to farm Sharon for shinies? And the supernova shiny's kind of clean, right? Like, it doesn't really fit Fuchsia. Does it fit her skin? No, it doesn't. But the shiny supernova is pretty clean. I really like the shiny supernova. It's one of the best looking ones. I 100% agree. And letting Kethos through without resetting CDs is crazy to play. Yes, I agree, Edgar, 100%. Ain't no way I step into Sharon. Exactly, which is why I was so happy to get this one from a chest. All right, we're facing the same guy again. He goes for the Fia ban once again, and he first picks Valyrian? No, Zhuan Li. That makes more sense. I will take the Valyrian this time then. But yeah, of the ones you could get from Sharon, I think that's the one I wanted the most. So I was very happy with my box. I think that was the first box that I got that from. Very solid. He takes the Aaron himself. Very interesting. I was going to pick this if it were left up. You let the Giga Speed dude have Kethos, and his S2 was on a 6-turn CD because of Codex. 6 turns, Jojo. Holy. Okay, so we see the double debuffers now with the Navette and the Plume. Which means whatever I pick here is just going to get banned, right? Whatever cleanser I pick. So let's just slam an Aya, let it get banned real quick. I think I can beat the Kethos in this long game, right? If I just take the Navette out? You like the Count skin? Yeah, the Count skin's fantastic. It's not a Sharon skin, however, though, right? Which is what we were talking about. I think of the Hoyan skins, Count's probably my second favorite. If he CDs my Val, bit GG. Yeah, but I'm faster than him with low on Jojo, so we're good. Oh wait, the Aaron went ahead, so now I'm not gonna be. Because the Plume was the lowest HP. I did not think about that. Yeah, that's not good. Now, does he risk the S3? He does. Please miss it. Please miss it. If you miss it, I win. He did not miss. Well, that's not ideal. This Aaron unit is so balanced. I love it, he says. Yeah, undead indeed, Ghosty. And he hit all my CDs. Well, that's not ideal. The perfect playlist to play Bruiser. True. All right, Sonya's going to get her turn skipped here. Oh, the Loan went first. Never mind. Well, Loan's dead. Kethos linked Aaron. I think we can go next here. Yeah, true, Jojo. Very true. Unless I resist everything. I just need XL to resist this. Come on, XL, you can do it. You cannot do it. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. So I did get Val back up. I can't wait for all the 362 plus Senyu owners to realize what they could do with Aaron. Yeah, true. That is a very strong pairing. So, my Loan hasn't gotten a single turn yet. What do we think, guys? Playable? Yeah, I completely forgot the Plume was going to be lowest HP and the Aaron pushed ahead. Oh, I lose like 30 points from this. Loan's going to use his skill next game, maybe? Yeah, this combo is just too OP. Yeah, infinite turn Kethos, it's just not playable, guys. Can you go to sleep for me? Cool. Is this Congeal seriously back up already? Oh, man. Sonya's getting her turn skipped. Yeah, we can just move on. Minus 30. No, 28. Oh, that is rough. Yeah, I had to ban the Kethos. I really did. And I needed... Honestly, was Val on 2 even good here? We tend to forget how stupid Kethos can be with how often we ban it. That's very fair, Thief. That's a very fair statement. All right, so we see the Fia and the Loan locked in. So I will go Aaron and Valyrian. You don't remember the last time you faced a Kethos? Yeah, he's just one of those units you just don't let through usually, Jojo, for sure. Today you had to face Kecker twice. Really bad day. Oh, that's okay, Edgar. That just means you're storing up an Elo slingshot for tomorrow, right? Also, Bach, are you still around? I know you said you wanted to go after me, and I'm probably only going for my 2 hour mark, like usual, in 15 minutes, roughly. Rahu, okay. How has it been 2 hours already? That's just how it goes. Let me go ahead and message Bach. Now, am I actually that worried about the plume? Not really. I think if I just take Rahu out, he has no damage, right? Oh, okay, never mind. Bach doesn't want to go after. Fair enough. That works for me, Bach. Wait, this draft is terrible. Hold on. I'm just going to die to the Fia. Man, I did not think this through. I was too busy trying to get a hold of Bach. Ray last pick was pretty grief. I needed some kind of sustain. Maybe a Mia or a Ling or something. Yeah, this is looking real rough as a result of me not really paying attention. Yes, blame it on Bach. That's what I do too. Yeah, exactly, Jojo. Oh, the Fia cut my Kikardi. No! I really wanted to pop my Raymary this turn. Well, that's not ideal. Oh, I didn't even get close to popping it anyway. Okay, never mind. I'm just screwed. Yeah, this draft was terrible. I needed some kind of utility on 5. Blame you? I will, Bach. Don't worry. Yeah, this one was just cooked from the start. I had a terrible draft. We can just move on from this. I don't need to watch the rest. All right, let's if we lose one more, I might just call it because we'll be exactly where we started. But if I win, I'll probably play 2. So pray for a win, folks. Maybe I'll be paying attention in this one. What's up, Jojo? You coming to play for the end of stream? Do I pre-ban a Saul? What? That's not an assault pre-ban. You're still 0% win rate versus her, so I guess you're left with no choice. Very true, Thief. Very true. All right, we see the low one and the Ray taken away. I don't think that comes as any surprise. All right, what do you got for me, JoJo? A Mia, okay. And a Navette, sure. What is my DPS in this situation? Probably just junk. The junk. Assault time? I don't think this is a great assault spot, Malone, unfortunately. The Nahor is locked in. The double CC makes its return. Huh, I actually don't think I win this, but let's see it. So, Fia is going to proc a decent amount, especially when she dodges the Mia S2. I mean, you have to S2 now, JoJo. You don't have a choice. Unless you want to kill your entire team. He goes for the S3. Okay. He's going to go for the Nahor S2 instead. Is that better? All right, just get out of here, JoJo. Just top right. Just top right, brother. That's a top right there. Thanks for the fast game, though. We'll play another one. Skill diff. Yeah, my max res Fiamelia is catching JoJo off guard, you know? I sneakily swapped it to triple res earlier. Never saw it coming, did you, JoJo? Massively outplayed. Oh, that's a rough one, buddy. I'm sorry. Skill diff indeed. I'm gonna delete my account. Oh no. Ugh. All right, for the final game of the night, can we deny this guy Mythic 3? Resetting this Mia unit. Maybe you just need to add an extra accuracy, JoJo, you know? Mine would never miss those. It's just a skill diff. True. Yeah, you need more accuracy to counteract the res that I have. Exactly, JoJo. Now you're seeing the real picture. Oh man, 45. I haven't heard this in a while. I like 45. Okay, I'd like a healer cleanser, which only unfortunately really leaves me with Ling from this spot, unless I want to go Ninfo. Or Aya. Aya's pretty good. Maybe it was Kakardi instead of Rahu, actually, because of the plume. I didn't really think that through. Let's see what he goes, though. Takes the Ray. Yeah, Aya's not going to be enough healing for this. But maybe I can nuke down the... Whatchamacallit? The Ray fast enough with Rahu follow-ups if I put the plume debuffs on her with Aaron. I actually really hope that I don't get the defense buff off the Rahu here with Aya. Please don't get it. I got it. Unlucky. I do want to hold my skills for a turn, though. Fairly tanky Ray. Might be P5 Ray. How much does this deal? 62, so a decent amount. Not the strongest Fia, though. Or the highest HP. Alright, Rahu, some follow-ups would do great right about now. Three HP Ray right here? Yeah, maybe. It's mostly the Sanya buff, yep. Oh, so close to killing. Unfortunately, the Fia has an S3 coming. And an S3 from Sanya, so this is going to get tankier. Yeah, this is getting kind of dangerous looking, guys. Can I Amber the Plume real quick? Nope, no follow-up. Yeah, I might be in trouble, guys. These stacks are coming up. My, Val ult is slowly running out. This is not looking great. That being said, all I need is Rahu to pop off at the right time, and then I'll be okay. Ow. Yeah, okay, I'm scared now. If I follow up here, don't I just die? Man, yeah, I'm cooked. Uh... Oh my god, it countered. No, bro. Yeah, it's Giga cooked. Aya was not the right call. I don't know what I could have picked in this situation, but it definitely was not Aya. And I'm in execute range on the Valyrian. Well, ending on a loss feels pretty bad, guys, but is what it is. I think I'll be sending you guys off to City Boy Z now, because that guy streams a lot longer than I do, so go ahead and say hi to him for me. And I will see you guys for 2 times gear rolling on Saturday. Also, we didn't really move in points again, so that's not good.